Okay, so we kind of ran into a problem here, and that is this end piece of the carriage is directly on top of the last screw in this plate that I need to take out. You can see this end is free, but nothing will happen because this has dowel pins in it, so you actually have to lift it up and then out and off, and we can't do that because we can't get this screw out because we can't move the carriage at all. The carriage is as far as it moves. So what I'm going to do is see if I can take just this side off. We're going to take the screws out of the carriage bed plate here because I can get at these. I can't get at the screws on that side. Actually, these are going to be difficult because it's right in the way, but I think we can get it anyway. It's right below the clearing handle. It's inconvenient, but I think we got it. And now what I need to do is see if I can get the pin out of the carriage bed plate. So for that, I can get rid of this now actually. See if we can flip this up. And they give you, I believe this is the hole right here. Maybe. Is it this one? I mean, one of these holes lets you get up in there to tap on that pin. See if I have something that will fit. If not, I can take this whole bottom off and then I can get directly at it. So it might be easier to go this way. Let's see. This is probably not going to fit. Not even close. So you can see what's happening. You can see right there, maybe you can see, that pin sticking out. That's what we need to tap out. Because what's going to happen now is I'm going to have to move this back down so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going to have to slide this side off so I can get this drum out. And then with that drum out, back to the back again. With this drum out, I can hopefully slide this shaft out. Once I get this taper pin out, the crank will come off, and then there's a shaft that runs through the center of this drum that this gear is attached to the end to. So I have to take this out so this gear can move that way, so that whole shaft can slide out, and then that will, should anyway, release the carriage lock, which is this piece down here. You can see that's this gear drives this gear, which is attached to that. Hopefully that will release that from this, and I'm thinking it will anyway, and then we can rotate that to the point where the carriage will slide, and then we can go back to getting the carriage off. So the first thing then we need to do is turn this upside down. That's all the dirt falling out of it. And take out, oh that's tight, this screw, these two screws, I have to do something about that one. And then there's also screws under the feet here. I'll take this dust out of there. And then there's two screws in each foot, which have to come out. And hopefully the feet will come out. Hopefully they're not glued in. This one's actually still soft a little bit there. That's shocking. Actually, these are as hard as a rock. Or almost 100 years old after all. Let's see if we can take this foot off here. That comes right up. How about that? And then there's another screw right here. That's pretty loose. So I'm going to do that with the rest of these feet. take all the screws out. See those two here, those might have to come out too. I'm not sure what those go into. And then we should be able to take this whole bottom off. Yeah, so all the screws are now out, and yes, these had to come out too. Those go into a bracket which is attached to one of the shafts. So usually these are kind of stiff to get off because they are dowel pins. Like see, there's one here, there's one there, there's one there. So this is going to be a little bit stiff to get off. So I'm gonna have to play with this for a little bit. Tap. Still not. And I'm gonna have to play around with this for a little bit so I can put something in to file this a little bit. Yeah, alright, let me see if I can find a way to top this off. Alright, so I got the bottom loose, comes right off. You can see it's got the brace for those levers for the bottom of the keyboard, and this is some part of the clearing mechanism, I believe. So I'll set that off to the side. And so now, right there is the pin we need to get out. So I'm going to see if I can get that out, and then theoretically this side should just slide right off. I believe. Actually, there's a screw in this shaft here, so we have to take that out. I don't think that was in the XL. But I definitely have to get this out. As soon as I can get that out, and we'll continue from there. So luckily that pin came out relatively easily. So now, if we flip this back over, and there's one screw there in the back. Let's see if I can take it out. There's a shaft that runs across. And so I can take that screw, and then I don't think, oh, maybe there's one more shaft that has something holding it on. Flip this around so you can see what's happening here. So this is that shaft I'm taking the screw out of right here. So I think I am. Probably not quite a small enough screwdriver for this, but get there. That's the one, and then I think maybe this cotter pin here has to come out. See if you can see that, because I don't think, I guess it depends. If I slide this out, this whole shaft will come out. Yeah, let me take the cotter pin out, and then hopefully this thing will just slide off. Alright, so our cotter pin's out, so now theoretically, ideally, this should just slide. And now the crank handle for the clearing is in the way. Let me take that off. Now it should slide off. Maybe. It's close. There we go. Okay, so that's off. Set that to the side. These pieces fell down. These are for, I believe, well, they're attached to something over there. Those are for the keyboard clearing and the keyboard lock. Now, theoretically, maybe this will slide out. No, there's some carry trip set. Let me see if I can reset them. I think what's holding this up. Alright, carry chips have been reset. See if this will come out now. Oh, it's very close. It's like one little thing somewhere holding it up. You can see the space appearing there. I need to get it at least past those teeth so I can rotate it, or something's blocking it. So let me see if I can play around with that for a little bit. Okay, so that was a lot more annoying than I anticipated it would be. I had to take this piece out because this mounts down in here and is the lock for, basically this is the same as, well, maybe not the same as, but pretty similar to what's in the XL, where this comes up and locks the positions so they can't, the input can't rotate while the machine is rotating. But this piece was like up inside the drum, so it couldn't slide far enough with this in there, so I had to take this out. The drum came out. I think a couple places I might have nicked the paint a little bit here and there because, you know, it's hitting on these, it's hitting on that, it's pretty hard to wiggle it out, but I think overall will be okay. Just, you know, one or two places, a couple nicks in the white paint. This is kind of concerning, however. Really not sure what the deal is there, so I'll have to see if we can clean that up. You know, this machine didn't look like it had gotten wet at any time, so I really don't know why we got this corrosion and some rust, like only on these particular pieces. Is kind of weird, but anyway, so I'll have to see if we can clean that up. So now with this out of here, the next thing to do would be to remove the taper pin out of the handle. See if we can do that. That's out of the way. So now theoretically this handle should come off, which it does. Now with that out of the way, this theoretically should, well, that's really stiff. That should not be that stiff. That should slide freely because it's supposed to rotate in the machine. That's interesting. So this should come out. There's some oil on the inside, it looks like. Maybe just the ends got dry. So we'll take that out. And now we should be able to rotate. Oh, this is free. The other ones are dropped down low enough for it to come free. Should be able to rotate this around until it lines up with, well, maybe anyway. There we go. So it lines up with what we need on the carriage, and the carriage should be able to slide. Let me reset. Too far, I think. Well, the carriage should slide anyway. I'm not sure exactly what's holding it. So let me play around with that for a minute, but the carriage should slide now, theoretically. So I think the issue might be this piece here. Can't really see what it's hitting. Well, it does seem kind of loose. I was going to see if I can take that gear out there and see if that makes it any freer. If not, I'll probably start taking some more of these plates off, but I'm not really sure what's holding this. Well, I still don't know what's holding up the carriage, but I was able to get it to slide at least far enough that we should be able to get this plate out now, I think. Hopefully. Unless it won't, maybe it won't come up far enough to get the dowel pin out. I'm really not seeing what's holding this here. It's very strange. Alright, so this actually still won't come out. So I think the issue is something's not timed right. I don't know how, but the peg on, the way this works is this point on here has a hook on it that latches into a gear with a groove, behind the, well, it's really a gear, it's kind of a gear with one tooth, and behind that tooth there's a groove, and so as this moves back and forth, it slides that gear along the shaft here, but the tooth is somehow misaligned with the gears that it's supposed to slide through, so it's hitting against the gears instead of sliding through them. So that's an interesting issue. Not quite sure how that's possible. But anyway, by lifting up the detent and moving this wheel a little bit, I was able to get it to line up and slide one more position. So now this bracket is off of this bump. So hopefully this will come off now. Maybe not. Okay, I guess not.